Hello, hello. Today we'll be talking about World War Hulk, or the time when the Hulk basically smashed all the Manhattan superheroes. The story begins directly after the events of Planet Hulk, and the Hulk, a pretty pissed off Hulk that is, goes over the Earth and is willing to destroy pretty much everybody. For starters, he goes to the moon where all the Inhumans were living and beats the ever living hell out of Black Bolt and sends a message to all of the superheroes that were living on Manhattan. Uh, these guys sent me off to space without my permission, and now I'm going to fight them all to the death because I blame them for killing my wife and unborn child. While this is happening, Iron Man and Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, tries to get the Sentry to join them in the fight against the Hulk. The Sentry doesn't want to because he's the Hulk's friend. Also, he's an agoraphobic schizophrenic and has a literal demon inside of him. So those are pretty good reasons why he shouldn't be in it. So they go to Plan B. Iron Man tries to fight the Hulk with a new Hulkbuster suit, but that works about as well as any time he tries to fight the Hulk with a Hulkbuster suit, which is not very well. And next, Reed Richards tries to create a machine that replicates the light of the Sentry, but that doesn't work very well either, as the Hulk sees right through it and beats the ever-living hell out of all the Fantastic Four and also captures them as well. Next up, General Ross, who has machine guns that have adamantium bullets in them, tries to take on the Hulk. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange gets the demon Zom and tries to get the demon's powers so he could fight one-on-one with the Hulk. This seems to be going pretty well for the most part. They were just hailing him with bullets and magic energy, and Doctor Strange thought he was weak enough for him to go into the Hulk's mind and try to get Banner to stop this. So he does that. He tries to get Banner to stop it. It's like, hey, you got the rein in the Hulk. But what he doesn't know is that Banner is totally with the Hulk on this one and lets the Hulk break Doctor Strange's hands. And the Hulk also goes up and beats up all of General Ross's soldier boys. And that's the end of that. He captures all of the superheroes, puts the obedience test on them from the time when he was on Sakaar. Next up, he creates a giant coliseum and forces the Illuminati to fight each other and even try to kill each other by using the obedience test. Yeah, that was getting pretty brutal. Everybody was just for him. By the way, the civilians are totally for the Hulk. This happens after the events of the Civil War arc, which means pretty much everybody's kind of mad and scared of superheroes, and they think the Hulk is pretty much the people's hero because he was also wronged by the superheroes of Manhattan. So they were like totally for it. They're like, yeah, we're for the Hulk. Screw these guys. We hate them. And so the Illuminati were fighting each other and they nearly got each other killed until the Hulk actually stops it. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not here for vengeance. I'm here for justice, which is kind of BS because he literally just said he was there for vengeance a couple hours ago, but whatever. While he was sparing them, the Sentry got a pretty fake speech from the president saying, like, hey, listen, your country needs you, your men need you. And so I guess that gets him patriotic enough to turn into the Sentry once again and fight the Hulk. And the two pretty much go blow for blow, destroying buildings and places and just going all out for each other. Meanwhile, Tony Stark manages to get the obedience test off him and the rest of the superheroes and tries to plan another way to defeat the Hulk just in case if the Sentry doesn't beat him. Which, by the way, he doesn't. While they were transforming back into their human forms, the Hulk manages to beat the Sentry and turn back into Bruce Banner. Rick Jones, who is also in the story, tries to reason with Bruce and say, listen, we can't keep doing this. We'll get you a trial. We'll give you a field trial. We'll get you some lawyers. You got to stop doing this. And Bruce seems to consider this. But the asshole named Meek, that bug man, is just like, no, and stabs and kills Rick Jones. And it's just like, yeah, I'm the one who actually killed your wife and your unborn child. I'm the one who set off the ship and blew up everybody. That was me because I wanted you to be the world breaker. I wanted you to destroy all the planets because that's where you're at your best. That's when I think you're great. This pissed off the Hulk enough, Bruce enough to turn back into the Hulk and absolutely annihilate Meek, just bury him in the ground with his fists. But the problem is that it made him so angry that he literally turned into the World Breaker mode, and a single step literally destroyed the entire coastline, eastern coastline. So what Tony does is that he has a satellite that pretty much shoots lasers. So he gets Hulk in the dead aim and pretty much shoots him with a giant freaking laser that turns him back into Bruce Banner before the Hulk pretty much destroys the entire planet. In the end, Hulk and all of his buddies are sent into custody The heroes win this day, but did they really win? Because they were pretty much shown to be total hypocrites and assholes, and totally kind of deserve what they got. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the series. There's a little cliffhanger in the end where there's another Hulk on planet Sakaar, which we will get into very shortly soon. But overall, I kind of like the story. I don't think it's as good as the Planet Hulk storyline, but World War Hulk is a pretty good conclusion to that whole Hulk in space and Hulk as a king, pretty much the Green Scarab storyline, as I like to call it. And I would probably give this one a 8 out of 10. And yeah, that's all for today. Like and follow for more.